Okay. Well, back to part two. Now we're on to the other four matches. Next match, Ryback and Mark Henry. A lot of people don't know why this is happening and stuff. Well, it's happening because basically you have two of the biggest and strongest guys in WWE going at it for the championship. You really do. Not championship, I should say. But you have two of the biggest, strongest guys. I'm sorry, I just woke up a little while ago. Going at it to prove who is the strongest in World Wrestling Entertainment. I mean, Ryback has proven that he can knock Mark Henry down with the meat hook. There's no doubt about it. And Mark Henry has proven he can hit the world's strongest slam on Ryback. So basically, as the old saying goes, something's got to give, right? Now, the reason this is happening is because originally penciled in, there were two original ideas penciled in for Ryback. One, at first, many months ago, was going to be Ryback and Big Show. But that didn't happen because they said, you know what, we need to put Big Show in this position. Then the other thing was, let's put Ryback in that position that Big Show's in. Kind of get what I'm saying? Anyway, they did that. Anyway, finally they decided, you know what, we got Mark Henry coming back. Let's put him against Ryback because both seemingly are very similar. Both go in against the opponent and they destroy them. So let's see what happens. Let's see what gives. Now, according to many sources, Ryback and Mark Henry, storyline-wise, are not supposed to have any contact. But from what people have said from the live events they have seen, I think even before that contract thing was signed, that no contact deal was signed, the situation there is, from what people said they saw at live events, Ryback and Mark Henry have not had some of the best of matches. That might be true, but here's the thing. This is Mania. So they got to do better than what you've seen. Yeah, we've seen ugly matches at Wrestlemania. Don't get us wrong. But I truly think this could either be the ugliest, one of the ugliest, or it could be probably something that will surprise people. But the reason they're doing this is because of what they want to give Ryback that signature of pay-per-view victory, and what better place to do it than at WrestleMania? What better place to do it than at WrestleMania? So why not have him face someone like Mark Henry? Because as we saw him do with 3MB, it shows that he can lift someone about the size of Mark Henry over his shoulder and walk with ease. And I think that's what they want to do. So booking-wise, best thing to do is to go with Ryback, even though Mark Henry's just recently come back and you want to probably push him again to being a champion, best thing to do is go with Ryback. Prediction-wise, the same thing, but I'm sure there's others that would say, hey, we need Mark Henry to get this win. But I think booking and prediction-wise, you got to go with Ryback because you want to give him that signature victory and you want to prove that he is a legitimate tough guy, he's a legitimate threat to any championship down the line. And now we get to the triple main event. The first one, Taker and Punk. Now I know a lot of people are not too happy with how this match was built up. Not too happy how it was done in the end. Or how it's come about. I mean, a lot of people pretty much said, Punk has earned this position, but it should have been built up a lot sooner than this. Or not sooner, but a lot earlier than this. It should have had time to build. But again, we weren't too sure about Taker's status. But you have to admit, even in the short time frame, this match, in the short time it's had, this actually has had some very controversial, if not some decent build. Now the question is, are we going to have 20-1, or are we going to have 21-0? Well, people said depending on the positioning of the match, that would all depend. And according to numerous sources, it seems like they're favoring possibly the 20-1. But then again, according to a recent source, where the match is positioned at, we'd have to probably assume 21-0, especially if what sources are saying about CM Punk is true, and that is he's going to be leaving just for a little while to heal up from his injuries. Now, booking-wise, the best decision is to keep the streak alive. I'm not going to lie about that. You got to keep the streak alive. Because if you don't and you give it to CM Punk, again, the way this guy motors, and I mean motors, the way this guy keeps going, who knows how much longer you'll have with him. You know what I'm saying? So 21-0, I think, is what they should be heading for. Because I think, even though they want to give CM Punk that signature victory, I think from a storyline perspective and creative perspective, if he ends up losing to Taker, he's going to sit, storyline-wise, he's going to sit back and realize, you know what? Being this way has not gotten me anywhere. You know, being this way, you know, siding with Paul Heyman and all that hasn't gotten me anywhere anymore. You know, I was doing fine without him. I had the people behind me kind of deal. So basically, booking-wise, you have to go with Taker keeping the streak alive. Prediction-wise, the same thing. I mean, I know there's some CM Punk fans, marks out there, that want to see CM Punk end the streak. Hey, that's fine, that's your opinion, but it's got to stay alive, because if you're going to give it to somebody you know is going to keep going. Or at least somebody that can say, hey, I've done all this except for one thing. Now, CM Punk is in that category, but I think what a lot of people want to, the one person a lot of people are looking at as being the one that breaks it is going to be John Cena, and that would probably be next year if they don't do Rock Cena 3. So, booking and prediction-wise, got to go with Taker. The no-holds-bar match between Triple H and Lesnar. This one right now is also something that a lot of people are not sure whether it's going to end the show or not. But I think it's going to probably be like maybe the third to last match on the card. So how does this match go? Well, pretty much the booking is kind of up in the air. You know, booking-wise, they don't want Lesnar to look weak if he's going to have a potential feud with The Rock down the line and possibly be for the title. But then again, you want to give Triple H that signature victory and revenge match over Lesnar so he can prove that he's still the King of Kings. So the booking's kind of up in the air. And we won't really know what direction they're going to go in until the match is over this Sunday. So it's kind of up in the air with Lesnar and Triple H. I can say this, though. For that match only, you'll probably see all the PG stuff thrown out the window. So, prediction-wise, though, you want to see Triple H get his revenge. You want to see him get his redemption, if you will, his revenge and his redemption over Lesnar and beat him. And with Shawn Michaels in his corner, you pretty much can probably say that's assured, that's going to happen. So, prediction-wise, you got to go with Triple H. Booking-wise, it's up in the air. Now, Rock and Cena 2 for the WWE Championship. This is the one that a lot of people, they said they didn't want to see it happen again. It's going to happen. The only difference is for the championship. And let's not forget, yes, it is a rematch, but it's 1 year in the making. I know a lot of people out there, a lot of indie marks, a lot of independent wrestling fans wanted Punk in this situation. They wanted somebody different. They wanted Ziggler in this situation. Well, you can't always get what you want. And it's like I've said before in previous other videos. Who else are you going to get to help pack 90,000 plus fans into those seats this Sunday? Huh? Exactly. So the question is, who goes over? Well, right now, booking and prediction-wise, it's up in the air. Booking-wise, with the fact that Rock is advertised for Extreme Rules, you would say, Rock's going to retain, and Cena will have to take it from him at Extreme Rules. But we don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. So booking wise, it's up in the air. Now you want to see Cena win because storyline wise, you want to see his redemption story. And pretty much a lot of people want to see him win because they want to see a heel turn. But Cena himself has even indicated that that's not in the cards. You know, like, basically I think he said, quote, in an interview, why would he do that for a short-term story? Or why would he take all what he's done just for a short-term, you know, basically why would he take all he's done and throw it away basically for a short-term run as a heel? Doesn't make sense. So whether you like it or not, I don't think it's going to happen. So booking-wise, it's up in the air. Prediction-wise, it's also up in the air. Because as much as you want to see Cena redeem, you also want to see Rock win. So it's kind of back and forth. So this Rock Cena 2 match, you know, is really up in the air. It's anybody's guess with several of these matches, like I said, in this 2-part video. Anybody's guess. So, to me, all I'm hoping is for a great WrestleMania, and I think it's going to deliver. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, Rock, Cena, and several other matches are kind of up in the air, booking and prediction-wise. But, you know, to me, it's more along the lines of, I think fans just want to have a good Mania. Yeah, it may not have been built properly over the past few months and all that, the way it should be. But again, at least it's working. At least it's going to happen. At least the event is going to happen. And yeah, it may be, as some people have dubbed it, Rematch Mania. But even if it's Rematch Mania, you know, so be it. It's Rematch Mania. Anyway, to me, I'm just hoping for a good Mania. I think it's going to deliver, because as the old saying goes, looks can be deceiving. And looks, you know, it may not look on paper as to being booked correctly, but it might surprise you. It may surprise you. So, to me, I'm just looking forward to a great Mania. Again, I know a lot of people are not too happy with the way it was booked, the way it was scheduled. But to me, the way it was booked, the way it was built towards, heck, some people are not too happy with what's taking place. But let's take a look at this from a standpoint. Looks can be deceiving. So I believe by looking at that scenario, saying that we're going to have a good Mania. And secondly, just because it's going to be in cold weather, doesn't mean they can't, wrestle in the elements. Because here's the deal. A couple years ago, 5 years ago, they competed in Orlando for WrestleMania 24. And they competed in rainy weather at times. So what does that tell you? If they're willing to do that, then they're willing to compete in 50-degree, 60-degree weather. So, me, overall, I'm looking forward to a great Mania. Because like I say, looks can be deceiving. Because even though it wasn't built up properly or booked properly in some people's eyes, I think it's going to deliver, and it's going to shock a lot of people. So, I mean, they even said there might be a few surprises, maybe even additional matches at Mania. So, that's all I'm going to say. And tell me what you guys think. Comment below. Respond if you like. And I will talk to y'all later. But those are my WrestleMania 29 predictions and how I feel it may be booked. Booked by WWE or whoever's in charge. Peace out.